did well or in things to improve on. And today, our evaluator for Russ Kosch CL speech is Linda Snyder, CCCL. Help me welcome her to the lecture.
Hello, Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Tom and Thaddeus are still left. Looks like Jackie's taking a break from us. I'm here to evaluate Russ's speech. This was his 8th speech, Project 6, Vocal Variety. Title was Economics, Are You Kidding Me? And Russ, you have just progressed so far in your speaking, even though you weren't doing a lot of it. It's amazing. And I want to concentrate on the vocal variety that you used, the organization of your speech, and the props that you used, because they were all just excellent. In terms of the vocal variety, we looked for volume, we looked for expressiveness, the naturalness, and Russ had also asked me to look for pauses. And while I think that there was nothing that I particularly saw as a pause, the overall pace was just fantastic. And so that I think that what you considered a pause was maybe just slowing down in your natural speech. And I loved the idea that you repeated some things. To me, the repetition was a special kind of vocal variety. And I just want to start at the beginning by saying that your opening was interesting by saying that somebody suggested that I should do a speech on economics. Because when you say that, everybody here, because I think we've all suggested you should do a speech on economics. And so it kind of pulls us in. It's like, oh, this was my idea. Russ is talking to me now. You know? And so we were all kind of invested in your success. So that was great. And then you went on to talk about 2008 and 2009, and I think that was the year that we didn't get a bonus that year, so we all know about it. And you talked about the man who went back to work, which is all of our greatest fears, is retiring and going back to work. And then you went on to your micro, and you went on to your library first, and that was where you used that expressiveness, you know, what was it? It was, what is going on here? He used that a couple of times because he kept looking for the information and not finding it. And that was when he explained that it's behavioral science, which is totally new to me, but it makes so much sense that economics is not something as cold as that. And you pulled us in over and over again, and then your props. And because I thought you were going to come up here and write, because I kept seeing this whiteboard, and I'm waiting for Russ to do this. And it was all here, and it was wonderfully organized, and it pulled us all in. And then again, you had your repetition, where you talked about behavioral science, and you said behavioral science. And then you talked about choices, needs versus wants, and you repeated choices, needs versus wants. And then use of limited resources. And that repetition gave us non-economic people a real chance to come in and look at all of those things. The only thing I would suggest in my 30 seconds that are left is that I would like to have seen the closing. I love closings that wrap around more, and I would have said, now this is what you suggested, and here's my suggestion to you, read this magazine, or something that would have wrapped it back together. But you did a great job, and I can't wait to hear your next speech. Thank you, Russ.